Welcome everybody to this new video, The Green Goblin and the Joker Decoded. After posting the last decode about Slaughter Race, I decided to decode the Green Goblin as there were many references in Slaughter Race, and while working on this decode, I discovered that the Green Goblin was the same as the Joker, so I changed the title to The Green Goblin and the Joker Decoded. So, in my last decode about Slaughter Race, we saw this car, and on this car there are three important details. The first one is the candy cane and the candies. The candy cane represents the crook, the shepherd's crook. That is a sheep hook. So the crook also represents the hook, and it has the shape of letter J. Letter J is the hook. Crook also means thief, and crooked means distorted and also dishonest. Crook also sounds like the French word croque, and croquer in French is the verb that means to bite. The second important detail is the color orange of the lights of the car. The lights of a car represent its eyes. And the third one is the purple flames behind the skull. Here is the picture of the Green Goblin, and as you can see, it has green, purple, and its eyes are orange. And you can see that this color kind of represents fire, and this means that it has fire within. So you can see that indeed the car was a representation of the Green Goblin. The Green Goblin was mentioned a lot in the decode of Slaughter Race, and here you can see that it is exactly the same. And you can see it has big teeth, just like the clown It and the shark. But what is interesting is the relation between the Green Goblin and the fire. The candy cane and the candies reminded me of the expression the Candyman, so I looked it up and I found this. I didn't know that there was a movie made about the Candyman. And what do we see here? This criminal with a hook. And what is more amazing is that Green Goblin and the Candyman match in 11 different ciphers. So they are showing us that the Green Goblin is the same as the Candyman, and it has this hook. And in English original we have 108 for Green Goblin and Candyman and the Candyman. Matching element hassium, and hassium, the first four letters are a match to the German word Hass. That means hate and hatred. And I found another definition from the Viennese dialect that means hot, thus literally a hot one. Interesting, because the Green Goblin, we just saw that it had the fire inside, and now we have this element hassium, not only related to hate, which is this behavior the Green Goblin and the Candyman have, and also the fact of being hot, like fire. So I looked for posters of the movie, and what I found is that this character is linked to color orange. And on the right we can see the link to the moon, and in Slaughter Race we could see the moon was a big thing. So here you can see that the Candyman is linked to the fire. On the left you can see him burning in the fire, and you can see also the fire on the poster on the right. So it's color orange and the fire, which makes me think that he is another representation of the phoenix. When I saw this picture, I thought this man looks like a butcher, and it made me think about the meat hook, the crook being the meat hook. And this would be what hooks our essence to the physical body. So meat hook is 88 in English ordinal, matching element radium, that is Ra. And in English ordinal we have the following expressions: God of Dream and Page Anchor. So page anchor is of interest for those of you who are interested in the printing aspect of the matrix. And in Chaldean we have 35, matching element bromine, that means stench. And in my last video we saw that we live in the sewer. With 35 in Chaldean we have the goblin and dream spirit. So dream spirit matches the god of dream we have with the 88 in English ordinal. The goblin is another connection between the Candyman and the goblin, and this confirms the candy cane we see on the car that represents the goblin. And we have oak apple concerning ink making and the printing aspect of the matrix. Here we have something very interesting. Letter J is the 10th letter of the alphabet, matching the Wheel of Fortune tarot card that represents the Wheel of Reincarnation. This card is represented by the letter X, that is this 10 in Roman cipher. Letter J is 90 in English ordinal, and 90 appears at the 76th digit of the golden ratio, matching element osmium that represents Oz, the Wizard of Oz, and also the operating system. The Wheel of Fortune is also 90, but in Chaldean. So in Chaldean with 90 we have the place of suffering, which is where we are, the rise of the phoenix, and Lord of the Dead and Rebirth. This is a reference to Osiris, of course, and the fact of dying and being born again, which is quite a description of the phoenix. In English ordinal we have thunder with 90. X curse, so you see we have the X, and the moon, so again we have the moon. And in alchemy, 90 is element thorium, that means thunder. So it's interesting that to see that the element thorium, which is the element 90, matches thunder in English ordinal. So you see how precise the code is. So let's go back to the Green Goblin. Here we have another picture showing the Green Goblin with this jack-o'-lantern that is orange. And this is the symbol of Halloween that is linked to death. So let's have a look at the definition of a goblin. What is a goblin? A goblin is a mischievous and usually very unpleasant, vengeful and greedy creature whose primary purpose is to cause trouble to humankind. This is the most common type according to European folklore. So as you can see, this is a vengeful creature. And the vengeful god is Jehovah, starting with letter J. And it's interesting to see that its primary purpose is to cause trouble to humankind. Now, this jack-o'-lantern reminded me, with this kind of smile, of the clown we had in the slaughter race video. Goblin is 59 in English ordinal, matching element praseodymium, that means green twin. And green twin is 36 in Chaldean, matching phoenix and the dragon. So you see it is linked to the fire. This is why we can see fire in its eyes. So here is the slide from my last video, A Slaughter Race Decoded. And with the number 36, we had the dump, which is where we live. And so as you can see, it was linked to the dragon, the phoenix, Baphomet, scorpion, Saturn cycle, prison grid, the spider web, radioactivity, the accelerator, linked to the cyclotron, the magnet, overlord, and imposter. And you can see it is linked to the 666 and the picture of the anchor. This is key here because the anchor is the hook. So we had Goblin being 59 in English ordinal, and the 59 is the 17th prime number. In the medicine deck we have the mountain lion, and the lion is a predator. Look at the teeth. And in the tarot card we have the star. The star is 91 in English ordinal, matching phoenix. So here again we have the link between the goblin and the phoenix. And the star because he is the star of the movie. With 17 in Chaldean we have Joker, and we'll see the Joker later. Yod-Heh-Vav-Heh. This is the vengeful God of the Old Testament. So we can deduce that Jehovah, Yahweh, Yod-Heh-Vav-Heh, the Tetragrammaton, is the phoenix. Then we have Matrix, eagle, that is another symbol of the phoenix. Circle, that is pi. Yin-Yang, that represents the duality of this matrix. We have reality, core, heart, earth, life, and July 15 that we will see in the next slide. 17 appears at the 55th digit of the square root of 2. And with 55 we have the green goblin. So we had this date, July 15. This is the 196th day of the year. This is linked to the Da Vinci Code because this is the date of death of Lisa Gherardini's. That is the Mona Lisa, that represents the moon. And with 196, we had It the Killer Clown in English ordinal. And we also have the following expressions. Reincarnation trap, the place of suffering. So we saw this expression before. Telepathic control, the phoenix reborn. So you see, we have another reference to the phoenix linked to the killer clown. Then triangular prism. What is the black sun? Who is the parasite? The Archon's matrix. Just an illusion. Astral time travel. Astral projection. And the code of the demiurge. So this is very important. Here we can see that Goblin matches the God and Archon in 10 different ciphers. So we saw that 59 was the 17th prime number, and 17 appears at the 95th digit of pi. With 95 we have in English ordinal yin-yang, we just saw that before, I am, that is Yod-Heh-Vav-Heh, Jehovah, the vengeful God. Then Neptune, that means fake tune, as Nep means fake and artificial in Dutch. Then Nightmare, and we do live in a nightmare. And Human Farm, and we are in a lush harvesting planet. They are farming us. Neptune has the symbol of the trident, and we will see the trident after. Goblin is 21 in Chaldean, matching Saturn, so as you can see we always have Saturn in the decodes. Then we have the Jack, and this is very interesting because this is the letter J and this is the hook. Then we have slavery, referring to our condition in the matrix. Then pirate, this is the hijacker. Script, pyramid, that means fire inside, so this is the phoenix. VR game, showing us that we are in virtual reality. Restart, this is a reference to the reset after the phoenix destroys the world. The game starts again. Then the ram and ram god, that are a reference to Osiris. And Osiris represents death and regeneration, so another symbolism for the phoenix. The 21st medicine card is the owl, and this could be a reference to Moloch. Then in the tarot, the 21st card is the world, and the world is 105 in English ordinal. Father Time is 105 too, so this is Saturn. The world is 36 in Chaldean, matching Phoenix and Green Twin. So here again we have the Phoenix linked to the Goblin. The world and time loop match in 17 different ciphers. And we had the 666 in reverse English Sumerian, and we are in the 666. Father Time matches Gate to Hell in 12 different ciphers. And Father Time matches Time Loop in 7 different ciphers. And in Chaldean, we have 39. That is element Ethereum, that has the symbol of the orange waves. So those orange waves are keeping us in this time loop. 105 is the 14th triangular number, matching God, Satan, Oz, and Time. So Father Time linked to Time, this is pretty logical. And we had the 21 for Goblin in Chaldean. This 21 is the 8th Fibonacci number, and this matches element oxygen, and you see the O, so to me this represents pi. And in triangular we have 6 matching element carbon, that represents the 666. "21 appears at the 54th digit of the golden ratio. 54 matching element xenon, and you can see the symbol with this green color, that is the color of the green goblin. And we have this flash of lightning inside. Then we have in Chaldean with 54, hypnotic trance, the dream machine, so this is a reference to the god of dreams, trapped in hell, the jealous god, so this is the god of the Old Testament, and this is a confirmation of what we had before, all the reference to Yod-Heh-Vav-Heh. Then we have living on video, the Matrix has you, inverted world, and we live in the inverted reality, lost in the maze, the digital spider, tricked by the light, and sun, moon, earth. Xenon has an atomic mass of 131, matching psychopath in English original. Then in English original we also have serial killer, mass murder, regeneration, this is a link to the phoenix, live, die, repeat, same pattern. Then the airwaves, pi strings, the moon key, so again the reference to the moon, prison bars, system bug, spirit in a cage, CERN Stargate, dream reality, so again the dream, the hidden sun, the holy death, and the angel of death. This goes very well with serial killer and mass murder. 131 is the 32nd prime number, matching the word slaughter. So this is showing us that the Green Goblin is another representation of the Tetragrammaton Yod-Heh-Vav-Heh, Jehovah, the god of murder, and slaughter is linked to serial killer and mass murder that we have with the 131. And of course this card showing the Sphinx and the clown. That is it, the killer clown. The Goblin is 92 in English original, matching element uranium, that is radioactive, and the U represents the magnet because it's a magnetic trap. In Chaldean we have 35, matching element bromine, that means stench, and this is a reference to the sewer, and we saw this in the last video about slaughter race. In Chaldean with 35 we have evil entity, and the goblin is an evil entity. We have the wizard, that is the Wizard of Oz. The Wizard of Oz is green, just like the Green Goblin. Then we have radioactive, God Saturn, Oak Apple, MK Illusion, Dream Spirit, Hypnagogia, REM Sleep. Those are a reference to the god of sleep. Then Clockwork, Intel Core, The Script, Life Spiral, the Ram God, and Telepath. So I think this thing has a telepathic connection with us. 35 appears at the 56th digit of the golden ratio, matching element barium. Barium has an atomic mass of 137. This is the fine structure constant. And with 56 we have energy harvesting. This is what this matrix is about. Soul collecting, the same thing. The matrix parasite, the parasite's mind, parasite hive mind, the parasite hive. So all of this is referring to this parasite. Then mass mind control, Osiris the black sun, CERN's hidden sun, the reincarnation, Osiris slain and risen, the Trojan horse, the horned god, this is Cernunnos, god of Mendes, hologram device, rechargeable battery, the land of Oz, so again Oz, hypnotic spell, life is an illusion, the golden ratio, the artificial matrix, the false world, God is the machine, operating system, tortured in hell, the beast 666, pi infernal circle, keeper of time, and Saturn death cult. The Green Goblin is 141 in English Ordinal, matching Evil Entity, and we just had that before with the 35 in Chaldean. So you see, both ciphers are showing us the same, and Evil Entity matches very well the definition of the Goblin. That is a mischievous spirit. With 141 in English Ordinal, we also have Stuck in Karma, Saturn Cycle, Looking Glass, Wave Emitter, and we just saw the orange waves, Fallen Spirit, The Fallen Angels, The New Twin, Underground, Portal of Death, and Conned Souls. And we also have the word Reincarnation. And Three-Pronged Spear, and this is the symbol of element Neptunium that we had before. This is the trident. Green Goblin is 41 in Chaldean, and this is the 13th prime number that is linked to the Death Tarot card. And we saw before this link between the Goblin and Death, with mass murder, serial killer. In alchemy, we have element Niobium that has the symbol of the 5-pointed star that represents the god of this place. In Chaldean, with 41, we have the black cube that is a reference to Saturn, Cernunnos, a reference to Cern, orange wave, so the goblin is the one emitting those waves, and we've seen this reference before in this presentation. Green dwarf, that is the same as green goblin. The forger, this is showing us that this is a copy of reality. Magnetic trap, we saw before that the trap is magnetic. Checkerboard, a reference to duality. And earthbound. Niobium is 83 in English Ordinal, matching element Bismuth, that shows the symbol of the infinity time loop of the Infinity 8. With 83 in English Ordinal, we have Black Sun, the Cern AI, Shepherd, and Support. So Shepherd, we saw the crook linked to the shepherd. Sopor is another name for the god of sleep. And Black Sun, the goblin, is probably the Black Sun. And in Chaldean with 83 we have Lemniscate of Bernoulli, that is the symbol of Bismuth. Then the Keeper of Portal 101, Poisonous Frequency, so this is a reference to the orange wave. Mind control techniques, and we are all under mind control here, and the mind control machine. So we are remotely controlled by this goblin. And we had a place called Slaughter Race. This is why in this decode we had so much many references to the Green Goblin. Now 41 appears at the 90th digit of the golden ratio, and in Chaldean we have the place of suffering, the rise of the phoenix, and Lord of the dead and rebirth, that is Osiris. So the place of suffering is where we are, and the rise of the phoenix, well, this is just another reference to the phoenix, and we had many other references before in this presentation. Green Goblin is 108 in English Ordinal, matching element Hassium, that means hate. And look at its face. It really looks hateful. In English Ordinal we have also the following expressions with 108. The guardian, he is the one guarding this place. Magnetic field, we had the magnetic trap before. God is a machine, the spiral, full moon, so another reference to the moon. Earthbound, we just had it with the 41, and new twin. So the goblin is always associated with the twin. The Green Goblin is 55 in Chaldean, and 55 is the 10th Fibonacci number and the 10th triangular number. So we are back again to this Wheel of Fortune tarot card, showing the cycle of reincarnation and death and rebirth. So this is also a reference to the phoenix. With 55 in Chaldean, we have murder weapon, showing us that the Green Goblin is a murder weapon. Sleeping Dragon, another reference to the phoenix. God Cernunnos, as you know, it represents Cern. Reborn again and again. The Green Wizard, that is Oz. The Controller, Secret Destroyer, the Script Writer, the Archon's Trap, the Looking Glass, the Killing Moon, Predestination, and Infinite Time Loop that we had before. And also Dumpster Fires that we had in the last video about Slaughter Race. On this image you can really see that the Green Goblin is linked to the fire, and you can see his orange eyes. So it's no surprise that the goblin is linked to the phoenix. On the left you can see that the Green Goblin is sending fire through his hands, and on the right you can see the jack-o'-lantern on fire and the death symbol. So this is very interesting to see how this symbol of death is linked to fire. And we had that on the car with the skull and the flames. So death linked to fire. The character that turns into the Green Goblin in the Spider-Man movie is called Norman Osborn, and his name means born in Oz. And Norman Osborn is 50 in Chaldean, matching the phoenix. So this is another confirmation that the Green Goblin is the phoenix. In alchemy, the 50th element of the periodic table is element tin, and tin is 10 in Chaldean. So we are back to this Wheel of Fortune tarot card. And we had it before with the Green Goblin being 55, and 55 is the 10th Fibonacci number, hence this tarot card. So here we can see how scripted it is, how complex and deep the code goes. And the atomic mass of element tin is 118, and 118 is the matrix. With 118, apart from the matrix, we have hell on earth, in English original, confirming that earth is indeed hell. Then we have Archon's food, and this is showing once again that earth is a luge farm. Then 56, that is element barium, that is linked to the fine structure constant. Then we have incarnation, and obviously this is the place where we incarnate in the matrix. then the script, everything is scripted, then love spell, this is probably the spell that has been cast on us to make us come here, and Wheel of Karma, that is the Wheel of Fortune card that we've just seen. Now with this one, you're going to see how scripted this reality is. So we have this actor that played Norman Osborn. His name is William James Dafoe. So Dafoe means the foe, that means the enemy and the opponent. So basically this is the adversary. And his name in English Ordinal is 158. And Norman Osborn, the character he plays, is also 158. How much more predestination can it possibly be? But this is not all. This actor was born on July the 22nd, 1955. And look at the numbers we have in English Ordinal and Chaldean, 92 and 35. The Goblin is 92 and 35. So this man was meant to play this role. And the Green Goblin is 55 in Chaldean, matching the year he was born. And here is more. So he was born on July the 22nd, and his birthday card is the 6 of clubs, and in the tarot its equivalent is the 6 of wands. And the 6 of wands is the 27th card in the tarot, matching element cobalt, that means goblin. Here is another layer showing that this actor was meant to play the goblin. So his actor name is Willem Dafoe. And in Chaldean we have 47, matching Tetragrammaton. And in English Ordinal 105, matching the World. And the World card in the tarot is number 21, and Goblin is 21 in Chaldean. As we saw before, foe means enemy or opponent, and the foe matches goblin in 16 different ciphers. So they are showing that the name of this actor mirrors the goblin, and that the goblin is the enemy and the opponent. Now, foe is 26 in Chaldean, just like the word God, and God and foe match in 23 different ciphers. So this is showing us that the god of this place is our enemy, not our benefactor. The foe is 34 in Chaldean, matching element selenium, that has the symbol of the moon. So it represents the moon. Selene is the moon. And the foe is 196 in Fibonacci, and this is a very significant number that we saw in the other video, because it is a match of the code of the Demiurge, and it is also a match for It the Killer Clown. This slide is from my last video, a place called Slaughter Race Decoded, and we had It the Killer Clown linked to 196 in English ordinal, matching the code of the demiurge. And we had the following expressions: reincarnation trap, the place of suffering, telepathic control, the phoenix reborn, triangular prism, what is the black sun, who is the parasite, the archon's matrix, just an illusion, astral time travel, and astral projection. And It's the Killer Clown was matching who is the parasite in 13 different ciphers. In this list, in English ordinal with 196, we had the Phoenix Reborn. So I checked with It's the Killer Clown, and it matches in 10 different ciphers. So I looked on Google for It, the Killer Clown, and fire, and I found this scene showing the explosion and then it dancing in the fire. So here again we have this same pattern of a psychopathic character and the fire. We have it with the Candyman, we had it with the Green Goblin, and now we have it with it. And in the last video about Slaughter Race, we had this clown in the dumpster fire, and I also showed the shark related to fire, and so they are probably depicting the phoenix. And another interesting detail is that here on the left you can see the oak apple gall, and we can see several spirals. Now the last but not the least, we have the Joker. You can see that the Joker wears the same colors as the Green Goblin. We have the green, the purple, and the orange. And on the picture on the left, you can see the crook, just like the Candyman character. Another pattern in all those characters is that they are all demented and sadistic murderers. They represent the entity running this place, the printer press, the God machine. On the picture on the right, you can see the Joker dressed in green and purple, just like the Green Goblin, and he is sitting on an orange couch. And we can see the spiral symbol that can represent hypnosis, but also the roller of the printer. And we can also see this green fog that we had in Slaughter Race when she entered the city. This picture is very interesting because we have the Joker with a gun in his hand. This is a symbol for shooting, and in his other hand he's holding Jaws, and this is the same symbolism as the shark, and this could represent the printer biting the paper. This one is very interesting because he's holding a skull that represents death, and his smile is the same as the smile of the clown that is in the video of Slaughter Race. Here you can see that the Joker is also related to the fire, and we can see an explosion. So basically this is another representation of the phoenix. And the irony is that the script is showing us because the name of the actor playing the Joker, this actor they chose, his name is Joaquin Phoenix. This is just amazing. We saw that the Goblin and the Joker had the same colors, green, purple, and orange, but they also match in gematria in 9 different ciphers. In English ordinal we have 92, matching element uranium, and uranium is radioactive. The atomic mass of uranium is 238, and in English ordinal we have the following expressions: the order of the phoenix, and the fire, and the brimstone. So this is another proof that both the Goblin and the Joker represent the phoenix. 238 appears at the 16th digit of pi, and in Chaldean with 16 we have hell and fire. I was amazed to find this article on the internet while looking for pictures, and as you can see, Willem Dafoe had the idea of starring the Joker with Joaquin Phoenix. So this is interesting because they both have the same vibration, they both played characters that represent exactly the same. The Joker is 31 in Chaldean, matching the following expressions: the Matrix, black hole, serial killer. This is a good description of the Joker. Deceiver, 56. This is element barium. The Eagle. This is the Phoenix. The CERN AI and the Evil AI. Gallium could be a representation of the oak apple gall. It has the symbol of the rooster, and rooster is 13 Chaldean, just like Jehovah, the Lord, and the demiurge. Gallium has an atomic mass of 69, matching the following expressions in Chaldean: the god Cernunnos. So we have another reference to CERN. The bottomless pit, frequencies emitter, evil consciousness, who created the game, vengeful creature, and spell of entropy. 31 starts at the 137th digit of pi and phi, and this matches the atomic mass of element barium, and of course 137 represents the fine structure constant. So here you can see that this element is completely linked to the Joker through the 31 and through the 137. Joker is 59 in English ordinal, matching Goblin, and we've seen this number before when I analyzed the Goblin, when I decoded it. So it is linked to element praseodymium, that means green twin, and green twin is 36 in Chaldean, matching Phoenix. So it's funny to see that this actor, Joaquin Phoenix, was chosen to play the role of the Joker. It's not a coincidence. With 36, we also have playing God. 59 is the 17th prime number, and Joker is 17 in Chaldean. So once again, English Ordinal and Chaldean are giving us the same result, the same answer. Now in Chaldean, with 17, we have Yod-Heh-Vav-Heh, so this is the God of the Old Testament, this is Jehovah, and this is showing us that this God is a joker. And we had this 36 with playing God. He's a joker playing God. Then we have matrix. Eagle, that is the phoenix. Circle, that is pi. Yin-yang, that is duality. Then reality. Core, heart, and core means heart. Earth, that is an anagram for heart. Life, and July 15. So July the 15th is the 196th day of the year. And with 196, we have the foe. That is the opponent. So the God of this matrix that has managed to have everybody worshipping him is a joker. He's playing God, but in reality, he is the foe, the opponent. The Joker character first appeared in Batman the Killing Joke, and the Killing Joke is 148 in English Ordinal, matching the following expressions. The green twin, so you see it's always about this green twin. The false world, and the opponent, and we just saw the foe. Now 148 appears at the 103rd digit of pi, and 103 is element Lawrencium, that refers to the cyclotron, and we are always back to this cyclotron and CERN. And 103 is the 27th prime number, matching element cobalt, that means goblin. So here again we can clearly see that the Joker is the goblin, and the Killing Joke is 47 in Chaldean, matching Tetragrammaton. So the Joker, as we've seen before, is the Yod-Heh-Vav-Heh, that is the Tetragrammaton. Now Arthur Fleck is the name of the Joker in the movie, and Arthur Fleck is 41 in Chaldean, matching the following expressions. The black cube, Cernunnos, orange waves, this is why he has orange on his jacket, or why he's wearing orange. Green goblin, hence the green hair, the green shirt. Green dwarf, the forger, that means copy maker. Magnetic trap, checkerboard, this is a symbol of duality, and earthbound. Now, the 41st element of the periodic table is element niobium, that has the symbol of the 5-pointed star that represents the god of this matrix. 41 is the 13th prime number, and in the tarot the 13th card is the death card. So this character is linked to death, and this is what he will be inflicting on people. Another word with 41 is the printer. So this means that this is the demiurge printing the material world. And finally, 41 appears at the 90th digit of the golden ratio. And with 90 we have the place of suffering, this is Earth, the rise of the phoenix, So again, we have this connection to the phoenix, and the actor is Joaquin Phoenix. And Lord of the Dead and Rebirth, this is Osiris, and this is also what the phoenix does, dying and being reborn. Here we can see how deep and how complex and well designed the code is. So we had Arthur Fleck 41 in Chaldean. Well, this was a direct match to Green Goblin. And 41 is the 13th prime number, and 13 starts at the 110th digit of pi. And with 110 in English ordinal, we have the Green Man, that is the Green Goblin, that is Cernunnos. Then we have Playing God, and we saw that before, Phoenix matching Green Twin, matching Playing God. Rooster is also 110. And remember, Rooster is the symbol of Gallium, and Gallium was matching the Joker in Chaldean. This code is showing us that Arthur Fleck represents the Green Goblin and the Joker. Arthur Fleck is 123 in English ordinal, matching Cernunnos. So here again we have the reference to Cern, the horned god, that is Cernunnos, synthetic, black hole sun, the chief archon, prison cell, and internal cycle. But we also have the trident, and we've seen before this trident with the Green Goblin being 141 and three-pronged spear being also 141 in English ordinal. Now Arthur Fleck is 41 in Chaldean, and we saw that 41 appears at the 90th digit of phi, and trident is 90. So this character is definitely linked to the trident. With 123, we also have 27, and 27 is 27. That is element cobalt. That means goblin. So here again, we are going back to this Green Goblin. And we saw that the Joker and the Goblin are the same. The letter J is also 123 in English ordinal. Actually, Joker starts with the letter J, and this is very important because this is the Jack. The date of birth of Joaquin Phoenix is the 28th October 1974, and this equals 32, matching this card that we had in the Slaughter Race decode. That means endings and beginnings and refers to the Phoenix phenomenon, something that ends and starts again. 32 also matches Slaughter. So you can see in this card that there is the skull representing death, and it also has the figure of a clown, and it has the Sphinx, and the Sphinx is the Phoenix. Now 32 starts at the 15th digit of pi, and this matches the Devil Tarot card and element phosphorus in alchemy. And phosphorus means the bringer of light, hence Lucifer. Now in the previous slide we had 110, and 110 appears at the 174th digit of pi, matching the atomic mass of element lutetium, and lutetium stands for Lucifer. Another actor that played the Joker is Heath Ledger, and his name equals 42 in Chaldean, and this is an important number. This is the number of life, the universe, and everything in the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. So 42 appears at the 92nd digit of pi, and the Joker equals 92. So here you can see that it was also in his destiny to play the Joker. Now, the meaning of his name is interesting. The second definition of ledger is a flat stone slab covering a grave, so it also has to do with death. In this picture, he is holding the Joker card of illumination, and the Joker card in the tarot is the equivalent of the Fool, and the Fool is 39 in Chaldean, matching element Ephraim, that shows the symbol of the satellite emitting the orange waves. So definitely the Joker is the satellite that emits those orange waves, and we had the same pattern with Arthur Fleck being 41 in Chaldean, matching orange wave. So I found other tarot pictures. One is the Thoth tarot card, and you can see it is depicted as a green man, and it has some orange. And another representation of a tarot, which I don't know which tarot it is, shows the Fool related to death. You see the skeletons there. Here you can see that in this version of the Joker, there is also this fire, so he is a phoenix character. Another actor who plays the Joker is Jack Nicholson. His name refers to the Jack, the hijacker, and Nick means devil. A surprising thing is that Joaquin Phoenix, whose name also starts with a J, named his son Jack. We saw that the Joker was the Jack. Remember that the character of Arthur Fleck was 123 in English Ordinal, matching the letter J. And it was also the same number as 27. This 27 is 27, that is cobalt, referring to the goblin, and also matching the trident. Now, the Jack is 58 in English Ordinal, matching element cerium, and also matching the atomic mass of cobalt, so once again we have the goblin. 58 appears at the 10th digit of pi, and J is the 10th letter of the alphabet. The 10th tarot card is the Wheel of Fortune, that is the Wheel of Reincarnation. Letter J is 24 in Chaldean, and the 24th letter of the alphabet is the X, and this is the Roman number we see on the tarot card of the Wheel of Fortune, because the X is the Roman number 10. The Jack is 21 in Chaldean, matching the following words. Hook. Now you understand why the Joker is shown with a hook, because the goblin or the Joker is the Jack, that is the hook. Letter J has the shape of a hook. Then we have goblin, so again the goblin. So we've seen in this presentation that the goblin is the same as the Joker. Then we have Saturn, slavery, restart. So this is a reference of resetting the matrix, and cerium. So it's interesting to see that the 58 we have leading to cerium, and the 21 are both linked to this element. So you see once again that English ordinal and Chaldean complement themselves and always show us the same things in different ways. So here we can see that the joker is what hooks us to the matrix. Now 21 is found at the 93rd digit of pi. 93 is Saturn in English ordinal. And 93 matches element Neptunium that has the symbol of a trident. So now we can understand the link between the letter J, the joker, and the trident. So this is why the devil is depicted with a trident, because apparently the joker and the green goblin represent the devil and the hijacker. This probably refers to a transistor, and this transistor emits a fake tune, as nep in Dutch means artificial and fake. And this refers to the sea of frequencies. So this code is so complex, it's amazing, everything is connected, and I don't think any human being could have done this. I mean, this has to have been created by a machine, a quantum computer, a very advanced artificial intelligence, and one could wonder if the movie directors are coding this. I don't think so. I mean, probably they know the code, but coding all this, choosing the character is too complex to do for a human being. They cannot sit down doing all this. It's impossible. Now concerning the colors, green and purple, that the Joker is wearing, the colors of the Green Goblin, the colors of the car of Vanellope in Slaughter Race. Green and purple are 137 in English ordinal, matching the atomic mass of element barium. 137, as you know, is the fine structure constant. This is what holds the universe together. So it's interesting that green and purple have this outcome in English ordinal. This means that they are very significant to the matrix. And with 137 in English ordinal, we have the god of sleep. So again, it seems that the god of sleep is what is running this matrix. Then we have the observer, hologram device, computer game, central unit, mind control, butterflies, and you know they are used for mind control, spell casting, we are in a trance, who is Yod-Heh-Vav-Heh, hamster wheel, that is the wheel of reincarnation, the wheel of fortune, live forever, Fibonacci spiral, Metatron cube, the Archon's lie, and the Eye of Horus. And in Chaldean we have 52, matching element tellurium that represents the earth. And with 52 in Chaldean we have prison planet. Who is the Lord? Who is Jehovah? So you see both numbers are speaking about Jehovah, Yod-Heh-Vav-Heh, the Lord, the God of the Old Testament. Then we have Hadron Collider. Everything seems to be connected to CERN and the Large Hadron Collider. The Machine God, Apex Predator, demonic nature. So we've seen the nature of the Green Goblin, of the Joker. We can see they are predators, they are killers, murderers, and I made a video about Yahweh being the god of murder, which is the video about the number 47. Then we have the hypnotist, because we are under hypnosis. The moon trap, memory implants, sleeping death. So this is the spell that has been cast on us. And you can see this spell in Snow White. Stuck in the box, reality simulation, Archon's food, so we've seen that we are food for the Archons, the world stage, wizarding word, so this goes well with the spells, and the spell of sleeping death. Vampiric Archons, and torture chamber. And the reference to torture is very present because we are in hell. 52 is the Black Panther medicine card. And Black Panther is 41 in Chaldean. And remember, 41 is the name of the character Arthur Fleck in The Joker. And 41 is the 13th prime number, that is the Death Tarot card. And 52 appears at the 66th digit of the golden ratio, and we have the Demiurge code with 66 in Chaldean. So the Goblin and the Joker are representations of the Demiurge. Now green, purple, orange are 197 in English ordinal, matching orange mind control. The Matrix game of life, energy harvesting, the creator of this 3D, erasure of memory. 197 is the 45th prime number, matching the Deceiver, Soul Harvest, God of Dream, Dreams Factory, Electric Dreams. What is the LHC? So that's the Large Hadron Collider, Black Hole Sun, the Black Hole, the Sun God Ra, Osiris the Sun, Soul Prison, Hell on Earth, Game of Life, Psychopath. So the Joker and the Green Goblin are psychopath. Ashes to Ashes, Birth and Rebirth. So this is the Phoenix, and this is also the reincarnation process. Mind Control, Under a Spell, Pandora's Box, and the Light Trap. In Chaldean we have 75, matching the following expressions. Jehovah the Deceiver, so here again we have this notion of deception. The Master of the Game, the Saturn Moon Matrix, put the souls in the body, the computer malware, so it is indicating that there is a malfunction here. Computer operating. And 75 appears at the 47th digit of pi, matching the Tetragrammaton. So here again we can see that this Jehovah is the Tetragrammaton, and he is the Deceiver. And this matrix is designed to harvest the souls. The Green Goblin is often depicted with a jack-o'-lantern. So the definition of jack-o'-lantern is a lantern made from hollowed-out pumpkin. in which holes are cut to represent facial features typically made at Halloween. So this is a symbol of death. And the second definition is even more interesting. It means an ignis fatuus. Now the definition of ignis fatuus is a light that sometimes appears in the night over marshy ground and is often attributable to the combustion of gas from decomposed organic matter. So basically, this is an emanation of death, of dead bodies. The second one is a deceptive goal or hope. Both definitions are interesting because, of course, the Green Goblin has a deceptive goal, that is to track us inside his matrix. But the first one, I feel, is showing us the nature of what it is. It's like a fen fire. And here we have the explanation of the fire. It needs death to exist. And this is key, I think, to understand what it is. Then I put a second definition, and it says something deceptive or deluding. So both definitions are really fitting in describing what the Green Goblin is. That makes me think suddenly about the Aurora Borealis that have the same colors as the Green Goblin. Could this be that there is dead matter causing this? I call it the dead sun. Will-o'-the-wisp is a flickering light or lantern, especially over bogs, swamps, or marshes, held by a supernatural creature who uses it to lure travelers at night to their demise. So this definition is very interesting, especially this concept about luring travelers to their demise. This is what this matrix does. That would explain a lot of things and why the parasites feed on us and why they harvest slush. So this reminded me of another green character that is Shrek. And Shrek is also linked to fire. In one of the movies there is a dragon. So could it be a personification of a will-o'-the-wisp? Jack-o'-lantern is 39 in Chaldean, matching element Ephraim, that has the symbol of the orange waves, and the jack-o'-lanterns used in Halloween are orange. Pumpkins are orange. Now with 39 in Chaldean we have God's voice, the sound, artificial mind, the parasite, parasite mind, inception, father time, time loop, stuck in a box, the air waves, long waves, who is Yorevavhe, computer, projector, chess player, the black sun, the undead, and we are in Oz. 39 appears at the 6th digit of the golden ratio, matching element carbon, and the legend says that inside the head of the jack-o'-lantern there was a piece of carbon from hell. Now jack-o'-lantern is 124 in English ordinal, matching the phoenix. So could it be that this jack-o'-lantern is the phoenix Well, we saw that the Green Goblin was the phoenix, and the Green Goblin is associated with this orange color and often holding these jack-o'-lanterns and sending fire through them, so this is a big possibility. Here is what I found in the Marvel comics. Here we can see that this jack-o'-lantern has this orange burning fire, and it looks like the Green Goblin riding this device. So, jack-o'-lantern, of course, has Jack in it, and we saw the analysis of Jack. So this is really a big probability that what is running this reality is this kind of spirit that feeds on death in order to exist. Now, speaking about death, I thought about Lord Voldemort in Harry Potter. And I found this. So on this picture you see the green color and the inscription in orange. And the name of Lord Voldemort is Tom Marvolo Riddle. And in English Ordinal we have 196, and we've seen this number before in this presentation and also in the Slaughter Race Decode. And this number is very special, and this number matches the Killer Clown. And it matches in 14 different ciphers. And in Chaldean we have element gadolinium matching the 64 for Tom Marvolo Riddle, and gadolinium is the god element. So this could be an indication of this Green Goblin, this death character, is running the Matrix. Here you can see how Voldemort is related to the green color. As I said before, I think that green is related to death. This is another proof because Voldemort means Valley of Death. And we'll see that Voldemort was in the house of Slytherin, and this house is all about the green color. And you will see in the next slide that the house of Slytherin has this green symbol and is presented in this green fog that we saw in Slaughter Race when Vanellope entered the green fog. So there is something here with the green fog. And in the other picture that you will see Voldemort fighting Harry Potter, and with his wand, Voldemort emits this green color, and Harry emits an orange color. So I think this is very symbolic, because they both represent the Demiurge, but they represent different aspects of the Demiurge. So I was curious if Voldemort had anything to do with fire, and I found this picture, and this reminded me of the definition of Ignis Fatuus. That is what the Green Goblin is. This definition stated the combustion of gas by decomposed organic matter. So could it be that this is what Voldemort represents? Death and fire is what we saw on the car in Slaughter Race. We see death with a snowman, and I understand it as death is cold, and then we see the flames. So this is fire and ice, and fire is 16 in Chaldean, ice is 9. This makes pi. The 16 is letter P and I is letter 9. And pi is 25 in English ordinal, fire ice is 25 in Chaldean. And this is the same number as Jack. So I found this interesting. Well, so this is all for today. Thank you very much for watching. Bye bye.